Hey guys, welcome to CCxRC. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at this brand new ARRMA Gorgon Grom. And first off, guys, I just got to say thank you to Horizon for sending this out to me to do a review for you guys. But also thank you to you guys. I mean, it's been about a year since I kind of slowed down a little bit, and we've been just getting back into it. And so, I mean, the fact that I'm getting one of these new releases is pretty cool to show you guys, but also the fact that you guys have come back and you've been very just kind of in the chat and on my other pages, just such an awesome community. So anyway, thank you for having me back and doing all this. But I want to show you guys this awesome vehicle that they've got here in front of me. I'm a huge fan of the Grom lineup. You'll see me and my boys racing our Mojave Groms. We started with the Granite Groms and now this, which I love because it is a monster truck styled Grom by ARRMA. It's not a solid axle, but it is four-wheel drive. So even though this is based on their two-wheel drive Gorgon, and there's also a Quake version that's coming out today as well, it's going to be four-wheel drive as well. These basically are the same platform, interchangeable bodies. So it's like one platform with a whole bunch of different options. There's different color options for this. And there's also going to be a different body in the styling of the Quake with its own livery colors. Really, really cool release. I can't wait to drive it, you guys. Get it on our track out there with our mini jumps for our mini LMTs. But we'll do a size comparison for you with the Granite and the mini LMT, and then just do kind of a shakedown of this rig, as well as some jumping and run footage of this, so you guys get kind of a full picture of what this awesome Grom is going to be like. So let's take a look at the box first. We're just going to kind of go around the box here and take a look, showing you all the different stylings that it has, the wheelie bar that it's got, the all-terrain suspension package. The suspension is the only thing other than the bodies and wheels that are colored to the specific, truck color or pattern. So that'd be easy to switch it up if you wanted to go with different colors. Four-wheel drive transmission, like we said, the wheels are color-coded. Clipless body retention. It's actually pretty cool how it clips. Here's the other two colors. You get this really cool reddish orange version, and then you get this, they call it red, I call it reddish orange, and then this yellowish green version, which they call yellow, but it's got also some bright greens in it, so yellow and green. And then they've got this bronze version, which I think looks pretty cool. As much of a fan as I am of green, I think this is pretty cool based on what I also chose for my Mojave Grom. Here we go. It's a 380 Mega, and it's running their brushed motor in here, the SLT 2-in-1, and then the SLT 2-channel transmitter. I like these little transmitters. Comes with the battery you need in it. Let's open this up. Let's get in here. Oh, one more little side to show you guys. Oil-filled shocks, 25mm cooling fan, and motor heat sink. You got the waterproof, so everything's waterproof. The chassis is pretty cool. We'll see it when we get in here. It's a big tub chassis, and yeah, four-wheel drive. Tough metal gear servo, it says, which it's going to need because we're going to be running it into this thing. Easy removal of the ESC and motor. Look at that. That whole tray pops out of there. That's pretty cool. Let's open this thing up for you guys. Truck comes out that easy. Got a radio in here still. All right, guys, so here's everything out of the package that you get in here. You're going to get a little card like this. It gives you the quick descriptions, a little video about it as well. Talks about the long run times that you get with these, which I really do find with the Grom, you get pretty good run time. You get this smart charger that's a USB smart charger for your battery. And these things work pretty great. Charge your battery in about an hour, I would say, typically. And you get this new cool tool that I've been seeing ARRMA put in more of their vehicles, which is really great. And something that I kind of got on with one of the later releases not having was this right here. It's got the name of the truck on the radio. It says Gorgon. It's the color of the truck so that I know which one. Because with these, let's be honest, you can collect a lot of these Groms pretty quickly. And so having that on there is awesome so that I know right away which one goes with which car. So that's a really cool feature. Get the little card if you're keeping track of how many of the different ARRMAs you have. That's pretty cool that they're including these still. You get AA batteries, which I've already taken and put into the controller here. So they give you everything you need in the box to get this out running. You got little shock clips here that you can put in to make adjustments to your shocks. And another set, it looks like, of the battery clips in here. Wheel wrench, everything you really need to work on this truck. All right, let's get to some of the features here, you guys. I'm gonna take this stuff. We're not really gonna need it so much. We're gonna get to some of the features of the radio really quickly. We'll go over that. On-off switch here on the side. Then you've got your rates right over here for 50, 75, or 100, depending on who's driving. If you want to tone it down a little, you have that feature right there, which I think is really great about these. Steering trim and steering rate on this side, and then you have a steering reverse up on the radio here. So I like these radios. We run our stock. I love it because I can drive it one-handed so easy. And all of our videos, when you see us racing, I'm racing one-handed and filming, so I do love these. But with the new DSMR Plus radios that Spectrum has released, you can actually bind these to your bigger radio if that's something you want. All right, we're gonna have a body clip here in the rear and in the front, and it's not really a clip, they're just retention pieces that you push. So it's actually a clipless body that has a nice cage on the inside, very rigid, but you can see it here. There's a little bronze piece. And then in the very back of it, you push those in, and that's what releases it. And then we see this tub chassis, which is kind of cool. Like they showed on the side of the box, you can take out this whole centerpiece to get to your diffs. There's little tabs on there that you can pull on right there as you take the screws out and lift this whole thing out, and easy access to the innards if you need to work on your diffs and all that. I think that's pretty fantastic. On the top, you can see your ESC is your brushed one, and it looks like all of the ports on it that it has are filled up. So it has a fan on here using up the secondary port for power on that, and then your motor is tucked up underneath that fan and heat sink right here. So very simple. The battery is in here. There's two little tabs. One is here and here, and those flip up or out, and that's how you quickly and easily get to your battery to take it out of here. It's a nice fit, actually. I'm going to use the cable. 2S 1400 milliamp hour 30C battery. And this is what gets charged with this guy. If you want a faster and better charging option, they do recommend that you get their S155. So if you need your own power kits for this would be the battery you'd get right here. Is their 1400 G2 battery. Because these are smart batteries, you have to use a smart charger to charge them. There's no balance lead on these. It does all the battery health info and keeps it stored in here. So it is proprietary, so you do need one of their chargers if you want to move beyond using the USB. The nice thing about these is you can see the cells. You can actually see that you're fully charged. It'll beep at you, let you know. And so I have one of these. I use it, and it's fantastic. Highly recommend it as a great charger. They make bigger chargers as well, but to charge it, you do need an adapter like this that goes to an IC3 connector. So this is their SPM XCA320, and this little cable right here is pretty slick for using it with the bigger chargers. You just plug it in, the charger does all the work. It knows what the battery is, and it'll start charging it. So that's pretty slick, you guys. No foams in the tires. They are Chevron tires. Here you can see the wheelie bar, the action that gets. You can see the four-wheel drive there working. You can see the springs on here look pretty good. Actually, the oil they have in them, it's got a nice slow, oh, you can hear it. It does chassis slap a little, but that happens with almost all of our monster trucks like this. That doesn't bother me. You guys hear me say that all the time. It doesn't bother me. Nice high wheelie action though. So, I mean, we're gonna charge up this battery. We're gonna get it out there. I'll go start setting up the course and we'll rip it. But first, I do wanna show you guys it compared to its brother, the Granite Grom, which had kind of monster truck-ish stylings. So here's the Granite versus the Gorgon. You can see it's a much taller profile, much more monster truck-like. Actually, they've got here the stuff on the side to make it look like a monster truck with that built up tub chassis. They've got like frame pieces here that are just kind of 3D molded into that tub so that it looks a little bit like a cage. And And then they've got stickers in the windshield and all that to kind of replicate it being a monster truck. But again, it is independent suspension. It's going to come in, because of all of those things that I just mentioned, it'll come in a lot cheaper than, say, the LMT. But quite a bit different, higher stance than the Granite. Looks like, you know, arms and stuff are pretty similar. And so parts should be pretty easy to get for all of these, because the width is about the same. So I would say that probably the arms are the same. Without having all the part numbers here in front of me for everything, it would look to me like those are going to be the same for you. So that's pretty cool. Then, if you look at it here next to the LMT, I mean, the widths are about the same on them, you guys. When you look at them like this, or you stack them, they are pretty close, within a millimeter or so. It's very close. And the length wheelbase, about the same as well. So that is pretty cool. This is brushed, this is brushed. The difference in this is going to be, you've got all the metal pieces, links, you know, all that details it out like an actual monster truck. The caging, all of that. It's a lot more. Smaller battery in this, got a longer battery in this. We should get really long run times with it on a brush system. So I'm going to put it on the charger, but I'm going to use the faster one. And that way I can get out there and we can get ripping here very soon. All right, you guys, we're out here. We got a little setup. And it's quick. Oh, I would say it seems, I mean, it seems a little faster than the LMTs even, I would say. Oh, nice save on that. It's hard to say without having them both running out here side by side, but it's quick for a brushed motor. Will it backflip with the independent? So the one thing that you're gonna worry that's gonna be different here is that front end could slap into there and not get the same pop. All right, it backflipped. But yeah, the independent suspension is gonna react different because it's gonna compress and allow that front to slap in. But we're doing backflips off the crawler tracks ramp. Oh, into that nice slap wheelie off of that. That was sick. It'll do donuts? Oh yeah, it'll do donuts all day. Holy moly. In the grass even it's doing them. It's got wheel speed, I'll tell you what. Nice jumps with it. I wonder if it can backflip this. No, it's just hitting that and soaking it up. Oh, I thought I was gonna save it. Cool. All right, this is awesome. All right, let's see if it'll do wheelies. I don't know if I'm gonna get traction on this. It's a little slick. You probably need a rougher cement. There it was. Found a spot where it's a little gritty. Right in here we got, right in my toes. Right here we got grip, so we're gonna go for it right here so we can get a wheelie. There it is. Grass will wheelie up too because it's got the grip in the grass too. Yeah. Let's take it to the bigger area and see how it does over here. Got some bigger ramps to send it off. Oh yeah. It drives through the grass too. So one of the things that you can do with these is with those spring clips that come for the shocks, you could get a little bit more height out of it just by adjusting your spacing on your shocks if you're running through more grass and things like that. I'm mainly gonna run these on dirt like this and jumps. But if you were running in stuff that had a little bit higher terrain like that, you would want to lift it a little bit. This thing is awesome. I'm really shocked at the speed they get out of these with these brush motors. I mean, that's just a fun speed. Even in this kind of an area, it doesn't feel like it's too slow for what it is. Maybe if you're just running big parking lots and going for speed, you might feel it. But for what we're doing out here in this kind of an area, which is pretty decent size, I mean, this feels just right. I think you'd be a little crazy if you had brushless in it. It'd be a little bit harder to wield. It'd be doing wheelies all the time. And look at that wheelie. Oh, that was sick. That was a nice slap wheelie. I thought I might, if that had been small in scale, I'd have been able to like Leo Donald backflip it. That would have been sweet. Oh yeah. Let's take it back to the scale area. This is fun. So if you have a bigger area to bash like this, it's still a ton of fun. You don't have to have the smaller scale stuff. The nice stuff about the small scale things is you could build this and run it in your driveway or anywhere. These are gonna be tough too. These are ARRMA tough. So I just ran it into that board pretty hardcore, and it's still running. Didn't break an A-arm. Getting some cool little stunt stuff going on here. Not super fast into reverse. Trying to do like a moonwalk or anything. And reverse is kind of tame. The rest of it is not tame though. So just there, if you saw what I did, whenever I have it jam something and I'm driving in forward, I just throw it in reverse and it pops out. I've learned that with the other ones. That's kind of the trick. I'm gonna try and do that backflip again. And line it up. There we go. Look at the roost it throws when I was leaving there. That's crazy. Oh, it was going more than a backflip. Spin it around, line it up for this, come off it. Oh, traction rolled it. That's the first I've done that. Surprisingly, it does not really want to traction roll on this dirt. It just throws it, which is nice. It drifts corners so good, like that. So, I mean, it's pretty rad. All right, you guys, just getting back in. It's dirtier, I'm sweatier, and I had a great time. It's still on, got the fan kicking, and lots of runtime before I finally lipoed out. I was just out there making great content, I felt like, because it was doing so much cool stuff, backflips and all that. I will say, I'll tell you about the backflip. The trick is to roll into it slow and then punch it as it's going up the ramp, because with these, I don't want to dent my table too much, but you get the idea. That's going to take a lot of that out of it. So if you roll into it and then at the end hit it, it'll do a flip for you. So yeah, pretty slick the way that it's set up. There is one thing that I will talk about that's a little bit tricky. It's not a bad thing, just something to note. You're not the only one if you encounter this, is that the battery can be tricky to get out. Not impossible, not hard, but you have to put the battery in completely straight in all ways, and it just slides in there, perfect fit. People with big hands like me have a hard time getting in there and lifting this out potentially, especially when you get some dirt and grime in there, and it can be tricky to get it to pull up and out. So you could either like flip it over and give it a tap straight, as it comes out. But it's not too bad, but I did notice it and I wanted to point it out. The battery's too tight. It's like a perfect fit. There's the littlest wiggle when it's in there, but when that fills in with dirt, it's going to be tough. Independent suspension, what you get is if you hit it with speed, it's going to compress the suspension and you're going to be hitting the front of that jump. It's hitting right now on my finger, compresses down. And this battery or this body clip system is really great. I'm having no issue with it. Like on something, get it to start and then kind of lift it the rest of the way out, keeping it out in case somebody's feeling like they've got something wrong with theirs because it's not to get out. So with this little system here to clip it in, pretty cool. The plugs can pull out if you see it when it's in there in the chassis. It will just slide out of that little mount there, so you can easily connect it, and then you can kind of push them back in and get them locked in like so it's not bouncing all over the place. I like this actually, the system. It did take a minute to get used to, and see now I don't have any dirt in there, it slid out no problem. But when you get some dirt and grime in there, it's a little bit trickier, but not impossible. Suspension feels good. I think the tires not having foam in them probably added a little extra suspension, just soften the landings. Really, really fun platform. Like I said, it may be my new favorite. There's enough bounce in it that it'll let you do slap wheelies, but it also collects itself pretty well if you land it flat and you keep going off straight. Like I mentioned when I was running this, in case I cut it out of the video for whatever reason, if you get something and a wheel locks up, just go in reverse. Or if you're going in reverse and it locks up, go forward. Being so small and the tight clearances that they have in here between your drive shaft and your A-arm, there is potential for stuff to, a rock to just jam in there and lock up. So usually I just find, and this is with all my Groms, I just hit reverse and it clears and then I keep going. I never have to really stop and try and fight it and get it out. I just throw it in reverse. So that's just a trick I've learned. Like I said, I absolutely love the Grom platform. I think it's one of the best things that they've created in recent memory because they're just so accessible. They're so easy to use anywhere, quickly grab, carry with you, not heavy. The batteries are light, easy to charge, and you can have them ready to go at any time and quickly. So, and again, the best part is we can just race them in our yard. We don't need a huge area to have multiple ones out there going at one time. And hitting all the jumps and running races with them. So absolutely love the platform, ARRMA, the Grom thing. Hope it's here to stay. Totally cool. You guys knocked it out of the park with this one. I love the stylings of it. And you have a fan in me of this Gorgon. And I'm sure the Quake, because it's the same thing with the truck body. So good job. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I'll have links down in the description below if you're interested in any of this stuff and the chargers and the batteries and stuff that they recommend. I'll link all of that down below. Using those links does help support me, but I would prefer you go to a hobby shop first. If you have a local one, support them. It's important to keep local hobby shops running and in your community, guys. Being able to go in and get stuff and get help and other people get into the hobby is huge, just from being able to go to a local shop. So support them, but if you don't have one anywhere near you, use those links, guys, and you're definitely going to want to get one of these, or two, or three. There's 3 colors, and then you got the Quakes. There's a whole bunch. You can have a fleet of monster trucks going very quick like guys. So have a good day. Have fun RCing. We'll catch you next time.